all games aside, I hope everybody is staying indoors, trying to shorten that bell curve. Now this video is about how two guys who have zero experience hunting turkeys, especially hunting turkeys on public land in Colorado. Turkeys, to me, are ghosts. I've been in the mountains, four-wheeling, hiking, hunting for 25 years and have never seen a turkey outside of one location, and that is Estes Park. Was in a cabin, renting a cabin in Estes Park, and we saw some turkeys coming down a dirt road. That's the only time I've ever seen a turkey in the mountains of Colorado. So I want to start with how we started our research, and that would be the Colorado Hunt Atlas. I'm going to put a link to that in the description. If you're going to hunt Colorado, you have to be very familiar with the different layers of the Colorado Hunt Atlas. So we tried hunting the mountains, and I'm going to tell you right now where we went. We started at Lowry State Park pre-season, and we scoured. We were off trail, just looking and calling and looking and calling. We found some feathers. That's about it. That would be for the Merriam turkey, and they follow the snow line. And they had gotten up way over Lowry State Park outside of Fort Collins, and supposedly were up into the mountains. Our next stop was, I can't remember the name of it. I will put it across the screen here. It's a road where there's a CSU mountain type campus, and we followed the directions of the Colorado Parks and Wildlife to the T. We drove down these Forest Service roads. We walked in several hundred yards, and we gobbled, we crow called, and we listened. Nothing. They're ghosts in the mountains. So we regrouped. We don't have anything to go on in the mountains. We're just going to be sitting out there. So we changed our focus to the Rio Grande turkey. That's what you're going to find east of I-25. I-25 is this north and south interstate. For those of you who are not here, I would never suggest you come to Colorado to try to turkey hunt. It's not an easy thing to do. They are mainly on the main rivers through the Colorado Hunt Atlas, where the turkey concentration is, where the public land is, and we went there. We went there the prior year, and we flushed one. What you're going to watch now is year number 2 in this location, and it did end up with 2 dead turkeys. One from me by bow and arrow, one from my hunting buddy by 12-gauge shotgun. So I think I'm going to turn it over to Mike Hunts from the past. This is 2019. And kind of let him explain where we're at, the time, not quite the location. But here's the biggest tip. You got to be on a river, and you got to be in a turkey concentration. And you got to be next to private land. They know, they're very smart. They're like deer, elk. They know where private land is and where there's a bunch of weirdos in the woods trying to kill them with bows and arrows, dressed up in ghillie suits.
It was my first day out of the 2019 turkey season. And my hunting buddy and I just crossed this river. The parking lot, this is a state wildlife area, one of the few public areas that is on a river that has any turkeys. There was 11 trucks in the parking lot, and there's people set up with blinds. We've heard a bunch of calls, pretty good calls, but I think we reduced the traffic, hunter traffic, by about 50%. We've got some guys, water shoes there. We wear hip waders, stashed them over in the bushes. So we know that there's at least 3 guys on this side, if not more. I'm going to start we're a little late, that's for sure. So we're going to go in here and just sit down, kind of listen. It's pretty early in the season. Oh yeah, it's April 20th. And then we have a blind that we built last year, kind of in the middle of this SWA. And we may go there and take a nap, because neither of us slept last night. Trying to get here, had to leave. I left at 4 a.m. Probably should have left at like 3:30. So we're in our first setup. Since we got here late, we just found this tree. Put our little blind fabric up. And we've got 3 decoys out. There's hunters all around. We passed one guy, about 3/4 of a mile to one side of us. We've got he's actually only maybe 1/4 mile from us. We got another group of guys another 1/4 mile away. All we hear is hunters calling for turkeys. It's about 10 a.m. and left the blind area, and now we're just kind of spotting and stalking, and this is our first time out this year. So we found some old tracks here, turkey tracks, and we're just kind of walking the edge of the river, looking for heavier traffic for the turkeys, and maybe set up a trail camera. This is just one little offshoot of the river, and that's an island right there. This kind of gives you an idea of where we're hunting. It's kind of the middle of nowhere, very dry until you hit a river. This is one of the only rivers in northern Colorado where there is a concentration of the Rio Grande turkey. All the other turkeys in Colorado live in the mountains. The Merriam turkey. I think we've seen 9 other hunters today. And this isn't a very large area. So my hunting buddy doesn't have the proper footwear to cross this tiny little stream here. So he's bushwhacking his way around, try to get on this side. So we have both mule deer and whitetail. I think that's a whitetail in this area. We saw 4 doe mule deer earlier. She must have been bedded. She was way out there. Yeah, she winded us. Our wind blowing right to her backside. Oh, she's coming right at us. She doesn't know what we are. I don't think we're in the wind anymore. No. Must see us sitting out here. There she goes, yes, whitetail. We have a infestation of ticks. Neither of us brought tick spray. We have them all over us. I pulled one out of his scalp with a pair of pliers, and it's like 85 degrees out. We did flush a hen, literally, 50 yards this way. If we do come back, we are going to just focus on this south end here. We walked all the way to the north. We ran into a longbow hunter. He didn't see anything. What's interesting is he said he didn't see any hunters up there. But we're making like a tree and getting out of here. Quite a bit of foot traffic coming right across here, right where we went in. It's one thing about hunting in Colorado is there very limited public areas, especially for these Rio turkeys, and a lot of hunters. God, it's so hot. I feel like laying down in this river right now. river is actually quite a bit lower. It used to be crotch high last year. This year, not even to your knees.
That was day one. Day two is where the turkeys get killed. That will be the next video. So I wanted to kind of talk about the ticks. And what I talked about in the video of us out there in the field, we were infested with ticks. It was like, I don't know, gnats, mosquitoes swarming us, but there were ticks. And it was 85 degrees. We hadn't acclimated to summer temperatures. And we got out of there midday. This year, so don't think we're wimps. We just didn't want to get Lyme disease. We're literally picking these things off of us. I had 8 on me. When we got home, we had to like bag up our hunting clothes and throw them in the dryer to kill these ticks. We were just covered in them. And still, I found ticks inside my house. Didn't tell my wife that I found ticks inside the house. She probably wouldn't understand it. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. The next video, we changed things up a bit and we killed 2 turkeys. Goodbye.